The horse is coming out onto the track, post-parading for today's 10th race in your program. It is the first of two steeplechase events. It's a non-wagering event, but it will be contested over 2 miles over the turf course. This race for maiden 4-year-old hurdle runners. A field of 9 starts with the number 1, Saeed. Buttonwood Farms LLC, the owners. Kerry Bryan trains. Parker Hendricks rides. 2 is Pacifist. Del Rio Racing LLC are the owners. Kate Dalton trains. Bernard Dalton rides. Scratch 3 and 4. Number 5, Penicillin Success, is owned by River D Stables. Jack Fisher trains. Jamie Bargery rides. 6 is Hertgen Forest. Carrington Holdings LLC, the owners. Arch Kingsley Jr. trains. Mark Watts rides. Seven is Low Country. Raising Hole Racing are the owners. Lilith Butcher trains, and Mel Butcher rides. Number 8 is Mockenbank. Upland Flats Racing, the owners. Kerry Bryan trains. Alex Harvey rides. Number 9, Dance Pants. Bonnie Rice Stables are the owners. Julie Gomina, the trainer. Ross Garrity rides. Number 10 is Connis Key. Mrs. George Orstrom Orstrom Jr. is the owner. Richard Valentine trains. Barry Foley rides. Number 11 is Romp. Bruton Street US, the owners. Jack Fisher trains. Sean McDermott up. And completing the field, number 12 is King of Savo. Sharon Shepard and Jillian Johnston are the owners. Leslie Young trains. And Harrison Beswick now the rider. Scratch 13. Post time is coming up in just 5 minutes. 5 minutes to post time for the first of 2 steeplechase events. This one, race 10 in your program, 5 minutes. Today's 10th race coming up in less than 1 minute. The jumpers making their way toward the starting point. Just over 2 minutes to post. The horses making their way toward the starting point for today's 10th race. 2 miles here over the firm turf at Colonial Downs. 9 of them set to go here. Again, the next jump race coming up at 12:50 p.m. Starter Harrison Barnes has the flag up as we get set for a start here in today's 10th, first of 2 steeplechase events. And they're off. King of Savo, Romp. Those are the 2 that go out to the front early on. Mockenbank going to set up shop in third as they start on that first turn. Down toward the inside, Penicillin Success in the red cap was out in fourth. Connor's Key to the outside. Hurricane Forest starting to make up some ground in those bright pink colors as they head toward the first of 3 backstretch jumps here the first time round. And here's Hurricane Forest all the way up on the outside. Wants the lead. Does Mark Watts, and he has it over that first jump as everyone jumps successfully. 2 more backstretch jumps to go on this first lap. And Hurricane Forest is the leader. King of Savo in the second spot. Up on the extreme outside, Low Country makes some ground and now join Mockenbank there third and fourth. And behind that comes Penicillin Success in fifth. Length and a half more after that, back to a Romp, who broke sharp but now settles back in the 6th position. Then comes Low Country. It's another length then back to Saeed, who's back third last. Pacifist and Dance Pants, those 2 are at the back as they go around that far turn. And opening up here, Hurricane Forest in front by 3.5 lengths now to King of Savo in the second position. Connor's Key on the outside is third, about 4.5 off this front-running leader. It's another length then. Back to Penicillin Success. Shadowed on the outside by Mockenbank. Low Country in the yellow colors, the gray, is back in that 6th position. Saeed starts to advance a little bit from 7th, moves up alongside of Romp. It's 3 more then back to Pacifist and nothing yet from Dance Pants, who's at the back. So they're into the stretch for the first time. 2 home stretch jumps on this particular circuit. And Hurricane Forest going to take him on the point here. Hurricane Forest up and over well, as are his 8 rivals. As they come by us for the first time, the second of 2 homestretch jumps set for them. And Hurricane Forest, with 1 circuit of the course left, is up and over well. Hurricane Forest in front by 3.5 lengths. On the outside, Connor's Key, King of Savo. Those 3 have got away now by about 7 or 8 lengths. Back to Mockenbank, who's in between horses in the 4th position. Down on the inside, Penicillin Success is 5th. Low Country, 6th on the outside in those yellow colors. Leather length then back to Saeed. Romp with 3 beat. Those are Pacifist. And Dance Pants has got to be about 25 or 30 lengths behind as they head on to the backstretch for the final time here. 3 jumps remaining in their journey. And it has been Hurricane Forest every step of the way thus far. Hurricane Forest to the 6th jump in front by just under a length now. It's getting a little bit closer on the outside is Connor's Key. It's 5 more back to King of Savo. Then it's a gap of about 9 or 10. Back to Penicillin Success, Mockenbank, and right to that one's outside it comes Low Country. In behind that, Romp trying to get going. Pacifist, Saeed still with a lot of work left to do, and Dance Pants is the trailer. As they went over that final jump, Hurricane Forest still the leader. It's Hurricane Forest, now a length and a half in front of Connor's Key in second, who tries to chase that one. They are 5.5 ahead of King of Savo, and it's another zip code. Got to be about 15 or 20 lengths then. Back to that next group. Romp is emerging out of that pack now up into the 4th spot, and also trying to launch a bit is Pacifist, who was way at the back, but the 3 up front, detached from the rest of the field. Hurricane Forest winds around to the top of the stretch, and Hurricane Forest suddenly opens up 4.5, 5. King of Savo takes up the chase now into that 2nd position. Back in 3rd is Connor's Key. It's 6 or 7 more back to Romp, who is running holding on along with Pacifist. Saeed is also starting to get into the bit. They've all got some serious work to do, though. Hurtgen Forest coming past the 8th pole in front by 3.5 lengths. Down toward the inside, King of Savo trying to get closer, but only has a furlong left to go. It's still Hurtgen Forest there. King of Savo, late run down the outside for Pacifist, who's put in a nice late run, but Hurtgen Forest is clear with 50 yards left to go. Hurtgen Forest going to take him all the way here. Won it by 3 in the end. King of Savo second, Pacifist a good run from third, then came Romp, and Saeed was fifth. Final time for the 2 miles, 3:31.40 seconds. Six, 12, 2, and 11 is now official here in today's 10th race. Number 6, Hurtgen Forest, the official winner. Again, 6, 12, 2, and 11 official. As Hurtgen Forest heading into the winner's enclosure. A 4-year-old chestnut gelding by Americane out of Bourbon Twist was bred in New York by Carrington Holdings, LLC. Carrington Holdings, LLC, the winning owners, Arch Kingsley Jr., the winning trainer, and Mark Watts aboard for the winning ride as they went start to finish here. Hurtgen Forest, the winner of today's 10th. Race 11 is coming up next at 12:50, so about 28 minutes from now. It is a ratings hurdle handicap. They'll be at 2 1/4 miles over the outer turf course. Scratch the number 6 High Mount. Number 6 High Mount is scratched. Scratch the 6, so a field of 8 set to go. Today's 11th race coming up in 27 minutes at 12:50 p.m. The horse is stepping onto the track for today's 11th race in your program. It's the second of our two steeplechase events. It's a non-wagering race to be held at 2¼ miles over the outer turf course. This is a ratings handicap hurdle. Field of 8 set to go. Begins with the number 1, 20 years on. River D Stable are the owners. Jack Fisher trains and Teddy Davies rides. Number 2 is Step to the Bar. Del Rio Racing LLC, the owners. Kate Dalton trains. Bernard Dalton aboard. Number 3 is Bet the Pot. Pathfinder Racing, the owners. Neil Morris trains. Ross Garrity rides. Number 4 is Theocrat. Atlantic Friends Racing, the owners. Kerry Bryan trains. Parker Hendricks aboard. Number 5 is Jump Ship. Brownland Farm LLC, the owners. Ted Thompson trains. Mel Butcher rides. Scratch the 6. Number 7 is Circus. The Field Stable are the owners. Elizabeth Voss trains. Jamie Bargery rides. Number 8 is Don't Shout. The Potter Group USA LLC are the owners. Leslie Young trains and Thomas Garner rides. Completing the field, number 9 is Eric's. Bruce Collette, the owner. Madison Myers trains. Barry Foley is on board. They'll be at the starting point coming up in just about 3 or 4 minutes. Race 11 in your program, the second of our steeplechase events, coming up in about 3 minutes' time. Getting closer to a start here for today's 11th race as the steeplechase runners getting set for this 2¼ mile event. So we will start here in the home stretch. Getting ready for a start. Starter Harrison Barnes. The flag is up. 8 of them set to go 2 1/4 miles. And they're off. Circus in the green colors shows out first. Don't Shout right to that one's outside and Bet the Pot down toward the inside as they head to the first jump. And it is Circus to lead them onto the first of 4 turns. Don't Shout up in the second spot. Eric starts to advance up from the outside, so the 3 outside post position numbers are 1, 2, 3 with Bet the Pot toward the inside and 4th. It's 2.5 more then. Back to Step to the Bar. Right alongside that one is 20 Years On. It's a break of 4.5 more back to Theocrat and Jump Ship. Those two at the back early on as they head toward the 3 backstretch jumps now. And on the lead, it's still Circus. Pulling up is Don't Shout. Thomas Garner getting closer from that second position. They've drawn within a neck as Eric's back in the 3rd spot as they head toward the 3 backstretch jumps. And all 8 runners up and over well as Circus leads Don't Shout as they're pretty much 1-2 over that second jump. Eric's just in behind them in the 3rd position. It's 2 more lengths back to Bet the Pot, who's all alone in 4th. As they head over that 3rd backstretch jump. It's a break of 4.5 more then. Back to 20 Years On, another 3 to Step to the Bar. Then another space of 4.5 or 5 back to Theocrat and 2 more to Jump the Ship. They're pretty well strung out here over about 20 lengths as they head into that second turn. And Circus still the leader, prompted by Don't Shout throughout early on here as they come around toward the home stretch. Eric's been in 3rd, just in behind those top 2, content to sit back there. It's 2 more lengths back to Bet the Pot. 20 Years On, getting a little bit closer now toward the inside from the 5th spot. As in behind that comes Step to the Bar, and it's still 6 or 7 more back to Theocrat and Jump Ship. But as a group, they are a bit tighter, about 13 or 14 front to back now into the stretch. And Don't Shout right up alongside, and Don't Shout maybe a nose in front now of Circus. Those two been 1-2 throughout as they head to the 2 home stretch jumps here, with just over a full circuit remaining here at Colonial Downs. And Circus back narrowly in front. Don't Shout glued to that one's hip on the outside. It's another 2 then back to Eric's, who's been 3rd throughout. 2.5 more back to Bet the Pot as they go over that final home stretch jump there. And Don't Shout didn't take the jump especially well. Lost a spot as Eric moves up to that one's inside. So they head toward the 3rd turn. Circus, as now Don't Shout getting re-engaged on the outside, is back up into 2nd as Eric's is 3rd. Bet the Pot in behind them in the 4th spot. 20 Years On continues to travel pretty well as 5th and 4.5 or 5 adrift. It's 3 more lengths then back to Step to the Bar, who's racing along in the 6th position. Then another 6 or 7 back to those 2 at the back, Theocrat and Jump Ship. They have been at the back throughout. So they head on to the backstretch, 3 jumps remaining in their journey and about 6 furlongs remaining in their journey. As it is Circus the leader. Circus there a length and a half to Don't Shout in 2nd. Eric's now getting a little bit closer. Got a little bit of a push there to come after that longtime leader. Here's Eric's now up to 2nd. Bet the Pot continues to travel pretty well in the 4th spot. It's just 3 lengths behind as 20 Years On is back in the 5th position. The 2 at the back are starting to close in a little bit. Theocrat and Jump Ship, they've drawn within about 9, and dipping out to the back now is Step to the Bar as they have no more jumps left to go, and they go into that far turn. It's Circus in front. Circus there by 2.5 now to Eric's. Bet the Pot, who's been looming in 4th, is now 3rd. Starting to make up some ground. Jump Ship and Theocrat. Those 2 have been moving as a team from the back. They were 7th and 8th early on. They're now 3rd and 4th, and they're coming after these leaders. Here's Circus, but in between horses, Bet the Pot. Jump Ship on the far outside, and in between them is Theocrat. 4 of them lining up as they come toward the top of the stretch. They have just over a 1/4 mile left to run. Bet the Pot, Theocrat, and Jump Ship, the 3 that go on. Circus drops back as Jump Ship looks like cornered a little wide there. Might have lost an iron or something. Just cornered wide, it looks like. 3/16 of a mile left to go. Theocrat and Parker Hendricks now in front. Battling on, Bet the Pot down toward the inside. It's 3.5 more to Jump Ship. Circus is 4th, and another 3 then back to 20 Years On. But inside the final furlong now, it's Theocrat still there. Bet the Pot battling on gamely, but Theocrat now a length in front. And Theocrat, Parker Hendricks, going to go on to win it here by just over a length. 2nd was Bet the Pot. 3rd ended up very close. It might be Circus over Jump Ship. Those 2 in a photo for 3rd and 4th. Unofficial results 4375, 4375. Results official. Theocrat, a 5-year-old bay gelding by Teofilo out of Novel Approach, was bred in Ireland by J.S. Bolger. Atlantic Friends Racing, the winning owners, Kerry Bryan, the winning trainer, Parker Hendricks aboard for the winning ride. As Theocrat victorious here in today's 11th race, our ratings handicap hurdle event. Today's flat racing program, races 1 through 9 in your programs, will begin in 46 minutes at 1:45 p.m. We will have scratches and changes along with the national anthem coming up at 1:15 p.m. rather. We are fast and firm today, a sunny afternoon here in Virginia, and we look forward to the opener of our wagering card and our flat racing card coming up in 46 minutes. Again, scratches and changes in about 15 minutes. We'll be back with you shortly.